heard of him? Raise your hand if you heard of him. You got to look this guy up. He's one of the most dynamic and arguably the best player that ever played the game of basketball. Him and Wilt Chamberlain, who was a guy who scored 100 points in one game back in the NBA. All right. Then you have your small forward, who was also has to be a great scorer. Got named Julius Dr. J. Irving, who back in the 1970s had a big giant afro like that, and he would fly through the air. His afro would be flying back. He was amazing. He was my hero. He was the first guy to make the dunk shot very famous. So that's Dr. J. Then you have your power forward, which I also played that position as well. Power forward. Power forward is a guy that does similar stuff in the center, but he has to be very aggressive as well. Lifts a lot of weights, kind of flex his muscles all the time on the court. So I played the center and the power forward, those both positions, all right? And go forward. You want to fast. Where's this computer? I'm having a little technical difficulty. I got it. All right, so this is I like to put this up here, try hard, because that's very important for everything you do in life. Try it hard. Whether you're in the basketball court, football field, playing soccer, whatever, in a classroom or at home, always try your best, do your best. And this is me back when I was really into the weight way back in the day. Yeah. All right, this is very small right here, but as you can see, that's me reading a book. Reading is still one of my favorite pastimes. I love reading. On the playing field, I love reading. I love anything, exercising my brain. Usually, doing crossword puzzles, coming up with word finds. Damien was just telling me that he has twins in his family. Does anybody here have twins at home? Or is anyone here a twin? Have a twin sister, twin brother, or twin cousins? Raise your hand if you have any twins in your family at all. Who has twins? Somebody has. Over here, what do you have? What do you have?
Two cousins that are twins.
Two cousins? All right. I actually know a set of twins. This is the brain twins. Let's see how smart you guys are. I know a couple of twins who were born on the same day. One's 20 and the other one's 22. But they're twins. How is that possible? It's a very, very simple answer to it as well. Anybody understand how that might be possible? Two twins, born from the same parents, just like Damien and his partner. One's 20 and the other one's 22. How is that so? What do you? Oh man, that's cool. What's your name, young lady? What's your name? Oh, how you doing? James, huh? Yeah, I give James a lot of credit for attempting to answer that question, even though it's wrong. Yeah, but that's a very logical answer, but it's not right. It's even more simple than that. Even more simple. I'll let you guys mull over it a little bit more. Two twins, born on the same day, same parents. One twin came out a little bit earlier than the other, just like twins do. A few minutes with it, but yet one's 20, the other one's 22. Listen to the way I said it. My very tall uncle that I was telling you guys about earlier, he gave me this I guess you could say, abstract thinking exercise, and I actually figured it out after a few minutes. I know now. Anybody have another answer, or what do you think, Dave? What do you think?
Is it their weight?
The weight? Oh, that's a good one too. I haven't heard that one. Yeah. That's about it. I'll give you guys another 10 seconds, and I'll give you the answer. Very simple answer. Here we go. What's your explanation? What do you think? Okay, here we go. This is it. Oh, there she got it. This lady got it right here. That's it. What was it, 20? Did you know it before?
No.
She figured it out though, that's very good. One's 20 and the other one's 22 as well. They're both 20. 22. So that actually plays into what I was saying. We were talking about homophones. That's one of the words that two is one of the words that also be considered a homophone. Actually, before coming here, because it's a French-speaking country, a lot of people speak French. Probably group I say, right? Here? Don't you both? None of them? You probably speak better than me, though. But you have two in French, which means two, which is T-U, two, me, or you. So two means two, me. Two means me, right? Means me, yeah. So T-U. Then you have two, obviously T-W-O, and T-double-O, and then we have finally T-O. Two. So that's one of the homophones that has big words. So kudos to this lady here for figuring that out. It's very, very clever. But right here, basketball players. We have to study. Basketball has been a big part of my life. I fell in love with the game at the age of 10 years old. Who's 10 years old here? You were 10? Well, I fell in love with the game at 10 years old in my hometown, Chicago. I remember I had broken my wrist. We used to go roller skating a lot. Anybody ever been roller skating before? We roller skating is really cool music, It's like you're dancing, you're going down, your girls watching. But one day I was roller skating, we were going around, and I fell, broke my wrist. It wasn't because of my roller skating, it was because the skates were bad. It was the skates, not me. I was very good roller skating. I still roller skate now. Even when I'm on a pair of roller skates, I'm almost 7'3". I mean, it's very, very tall. So while I was sitting out one day, I was sitting around my house when I was 10 years old, I was watching some friends, or some people in my neighborhood, older boys play the game of basketball. I loved the way it was so exciting, a lot of jumping, running, and it was very fast-moving sport, so I picked up on the game and fell in love with the game. Then I got a basketball for Christmas. I remember my mother gave me a blue and white basketball for Christmas, and I treated it better than I treated, it was my first love. I would take it everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I have the basketball with me, announce it to the store, or I was, I'd be sleeping in bed with it, Good night, basketball. Everywhere, I was just so, just into the game. And then as I started to, fall in love with the game, I started to grow. By the time I was in grade 7, I was close to the same height I am now. I'm 6 feet 9 now. By the time I was grade 7, I was about 66, 67. So my love for the game was growing and my height was growing at the same time, so it all worked out well. Then because of my passion, I ended up playing professionally. But before I played professionally, I had to get education. Education was always important. We were always taught that education before sports for a reason. Can anybody think of why that reason may be? Why would my teachers, my coaches, and everyone tell me, no, sports second, education first? Why do you think they tell us that? What is the reason behind that? Anyone? Why is education more important than sports? Anybody? You have a reason? Basically because I can get hurt at any time in sport. It's really simple. I can get hurt at any time. I can be going up for a shot or whatever, or do anything, or slip and fall, and anything will ruin my career and never be able to play again. So I have to have something to fall back on. Have you guys ever done the old trust fall like that? Yeah. I'm going to do it here. But, you have to be able to fall back on something else. So education is always going to be there with you. So the average basketball player or average sports person only spends, maybe, if you're lucky, you're able to play until you're 30, 35 years old. When you finish playing, there's a lot more life to live. So you have to have something else you can do. And I was always taught that. So I'm very grateful to the people who taught me that. And in the early stages of my life, I always understood that. Over here, it's talking about getting involved, being someone who gets involved in the community, helping out with it, or at school or whatever. As you can see, you can't really see well because it's very small. I'm in this picture right here. I'm actually inside of a church. the stained glass window. I went to a little Catholic school back in Chicago. I was baptized Catholic as a very young person. And in that church right there, I got my Sunday best clothing on in that picture, and I got a pole I'm carrying. Now, into that pole, there's a basket. And in the churches, if you know the church, the Catholic churches or some other churches, they take up what we call offerings. All right. So I'm going down each pew, each aisle, and everyone puts their offerings in the basket. Then we take it to the back of the church, and there's another big basket. We put all the offerings in there, and then I take what I want out of there. No, I never want to steal. Not good at all. So the point is, I actually volunteered to do that. Because I was one of those people that never like to. Some people, there are two types of people in the world: people that make things happen, people that watch other people make things happen. I was a person who tried to make things happen. Even as a kid growing up, we would have school parties, right? Do you guys have parties, school parties here sometimes? Yeah. You ever been dancing here? That's a party to her. That's pretty good. Well, I remember growing up, we have our school parties. We'd be in a room similar to this, maybe a bit smaller. And I walk into the party, and the music's going, really good music's playing, but all the boys would be at one end, and the girls would be at the other end. The boys are all scared to go ask the girls to dance. The girls were scared as well. But I was the one, I would walk in, I would like, I'll go over there, I'll go try to ask all the girls, you want to dance? And they're like, you want to dance? I'll just go down the line. And I was scared to dance with me, and I said, forget that. I'll pay my money. I'll go in the middle of the dance floor, and I'll be like, yeah. I had some moves back then. I was one of the tall guys. I was tall. Most of the tall guys would go to parties and dance with girls like this tall, And the only move they can do is right here. What's your name, girl? I'm gonna be that big guy and go, I had a lot of movement. I had a lot of rhythm. Because my mother used to make us dance when we were little. My mother, so I always had dance. We had a show in America called Soul Train. It was very popular. If you look it up on Google, you'll see it. It's very funny the way they used to dress back then. It was like a music show based off dance. Anybody heard of Soul Train? Soul Train? Look it up on the internet. You get a big laugh out of it. But all the major acts back then, like Michael Jackson when he was younger, him and his brothers, they performed there. Who else? You might have heard of Stevie Wonder. Everybody knows Stevie. Yeah. You want to say about that? Yeah. So all those acts would come on the show, and then you have all the young people dancing, and dancing to the act while they're performing. That was the basis of the show, Soul Train. Okay. So make sure you look up that show. So dancing has always been a big part of my life. So when I would go out and start dancing amongst this group of girls and boys on one end, what would happen is people would start to come out on the floor and say, "Oh, he has enough courage to do it. I'll come out." And they come out, start dancing, and boys start coming. Next thing you know, raising the hook, raising the hook, everybody's dancing. So it's about making things happen, start things and making them happen. All right. All right, right here we're talking about who likes rap music. Who listens to rap? And who do you listen to? Who do you guys listen to? I heard reggae is very popular on the side. Reggae music, that's pretty cool. I love reggae too, international beat too as well. But what rappers do you listen to? Who? Oh, Travis Scott. The beats, the people about Future. Future's. So I've always loved rap. I listened to rap since I was younger as well. And one of my favorite rappers in the early days was Run DMC. You ever heard of him? Run DMC? They're legends. Yeah. So this is my rap when it comes to eating healthy food. If it rocks, eat lots. How's that sound? Is that a good proposition? I don't think so. We're not talking about eating lots of food, are we? What are we talking about? Hey, what are you guys doing over there? What are we talking? When I say if it rocks, eats lots, what am I saying? What am I trying to say? Anyone? What do you reckon? Yeah, what do you reckon? Yeah.
Like that
Pardon me? That's right, before it gets old, right? But that's the most healthiest stuff. And you guys live on an island, I hear you have a very big pineapple sort of produce here. The pineapple is my favorite fruit. I still haven't tried any pineapple yet, but so we have to organize it. Yeah, any foods that rot are the ones that you should be putting much closer to your body. I'm sure you guys probably do that anyway, being in a sort of tropical sort of environment here as well. So, the rots eat lots, very important. All right. That's the camera you see that real well, but that's me back playing my early days of Brisbane Bullets. I'm on TV there. I played my first professional basketball with. I was drafted in 1987 with the Denver Nuggets in the NBA. That was probably the highlight of my career. To get my name called by the commissioner at the time, as a professional, the 31st player. We're talking about millions and millions of young people trying to get to that level. So to be 31st out of all those people is quite an achievement for myself. The major thing about being a professional, what do you think is the biggest thing about being a professional sports person? Especially if you come from a very poor background. One of the biggest things is being able to help the ones you love. I remember the day I signed my contract to play in Brisbane back in 1990, and I immediately after my contract was signed, went out and bought my mother a house, a nice house that she still lives in to this day. So those are some of the things that I was able to do. It wasn't necessarily about me being able to do things. I did, before doing that, my only foolish purchase I probably would have made was I bought a really big, thick gold chain. Right after I got drafted, because a lot of my favorite rappers, the rapper I mentioned earlier, Run DMC, they used to wear these big, thick gold chains. So that was one of my first foolish purchases. But after that, I made more sensible purchases, like a house, which always appreciates the value. If you buy a car is a good investment as well. But as soon as you drive the car off the lot, what happens to that car? As soon as you drive a new car off the lot, what happens? Anybody? What happens to the value of it? It drops. As soon as you go off the car, yeah. Whereas a house is a very smart purchase because each year, particularly if you take care of it, it appreciates in value. Car depreciates, houses appreciate in value. So that's why those are two different purchases. Both very necessary. A car is very necessary, but a house is probably more practical. Okay. So that was the highlight of my basketball career. So I played professionally in 6 different countries: Canada, Hong Kong, China. I played in China. Played in Australia, of course. Played in Hawaii. U.S. of course. Then there was France and Spain. Those are the 4. So basketball has been sort of what we call a passport. The basketball has been a passport to the world for me. And when you start to travel, what happens when you travel? You travel around. What do you learn? What do you learn about? Other people's cultures, right? You learn about the way they eat, how they dress, and how they do things. A lot of things I used to experience or read about in history books. I was able to actually visit these places and see it firsthand. I remember hearing about Vanuatu many years ago. But I thought that was a far off land. I would never ever be there. Here I am, right here, talking to these beautiful kids in Vanuatu. So it's funny how life is. I've actually heard of this place. It's a very popular place for honeymooners. A lot of people they got married in America, they would come here. And they always talk about how friendly this country is, how friendly the local people are. And I'm experiencing that. Everyone smiles, they're very happy. I'm staying at the Ramada Inn. Thank you. Shout out to the Ramada Inn, they're looking after me. And all the staff there are very nice. It's a beautiful place to be here. And travel, your sport or your work can take you all over the world. That's the whole point. All right, so to finish off this my keys to success. Actually, I'll go to the last slide here. We'll go straight to the last slide. Okay. So the keys to success, which we spelled out, big feet, okay? Be broad-minded. You have to be broad-minded. Back when we had videos, we don't have video stores anymore. When you buy video, when you rent videos on that, you have rental stores here. We used to have those back in the day. And when you would go in the video store, you would actually look at the cover of the video and then make an assessment on whether this movie is good, just by the cover. Is that a good way to assess? How do you find out if the movie's actually good? You whack the CD in. You ever do CD players at all? Or DVD or whatever? And you watch the movie, and then how you find out if it's good or not. So the same thing when you're meeting a new person. You don't judge that person by the way they look, or if they have holes in their shoes, or if they look kind of look crazy or something like that. Or you might be a little bit weary a little bit. But you judge a person by getting to know them better. It's the best way to judge a person, by the way you get to know them. Especially with kids. Kids can be very cruel to each other, make fun of each other. I remember because I was very taller than all my classmates, they would make fun of me. They would call me Lurch, which is this character off of the show called Addams Family. He was a very big, goofy-looking dude. You know, they were like, "Oh, look at Lurch over there, Lurch." I'm like, "Why are you saying that about me?" I was really tall. I remember, so be careful about how you when you make fun of people, especially other people's family members. We used to have people we used to have joke with each other and talk about each other's mothers growing up. That could be a very sensitive subject for some people. They say, your mama's so fat, or your mama this, or we had one really good one. Your mama's, I'll just tell you one good one, and we're gonna leave it at that. We used to say your mama's lips so big, she needs a paintbrush to put lipstick on. Silly stuff like that. Don't talk about people know. All right. Initiative. We talked about that earlier, so I won't go into it. Make things happen. Don't be a person who watch things happen. Make things happen. Goal setting for all of it, particularly for the older students here. You're going to be, if you're 11, you're 12, whatever. You're going to be moving out to the world pretty soon. Well, hopefully going to university or starting families. Not going to start families too early. It's too early. You're going to be leaving your family nest, and you're going to have to start taking paying bills and things like that. Start preparing yourself, setting goals, and preparing yourself for that time in your life when you're going to be independent, away from your family. And you do that by setting short-term goals and long-term goals on how you want to do things. And the best way to do it is to write those goals down on paper. And then it's something you can come back to later and sort of check off this list. I did this, I did that, and then you have a reference point. Okay? Also, family. Keep family first. Never put friends or strangers before your family. Never do that. Always put family first. Sisters, brothers, particularly mothers and fathers as well. All right. I met my dad for the first time when I was 19 years old. I'd never seen my dad before. How many people here have a father at home? That's great. Great to hear. My dad, I met him for the first time at 19. My mother surprised me and brought him to one of my college basketball games. And I'd never seen pictures of him or anything, so it was quite a surprise. Once she told me, once I went to greet her, and she was about that tall, like, "Hey, Mom," after the game. Like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" She said, "The mother, check this out. See that guy standing over there? He was standing by where Vanina's standing now." She said, "That guy standing over there, there's a guy with this brown three-piece suit on. He was very distinguished looking. He had a bit of belly, He had this, what we call it, like a Jerry curl. I don't know if you ever seen a movie called, by Eddie Murphy, Coming to America? Yeah. It was a soul glow. He had one of those type of curly sort of things happen. He was very distinguished. She said, "That's your dad over there." I'm like, "What?" I just finished playing a basketball game. I'm like, "What?" I'm shocked, but I'm also happy at the same time because I'm meeting the guy who brought me in the world, who brought this wonderful person in the world. And so the problem was I didn't know how to greet him, this man, So I'm walking over to him. I'm like, as I'm walking over, I'm saying, do I shake his hand, or do I give him a hug, or do I put him in a headlock? He said, "Where you been all my life?" So I just naturally, instinctively said, "Well, how you doing, sir?" And because my mother taught me, all these, to have manners and all that. I said, "How you doing, sir?" And that went into a bit of a hug, like everybody was like, we got to know each other, and it was great. He was a great man. It was a lot of circumstances. Like if your father's not with you, there could be different circumstances and reasons why him and your mother might not have worked out. And explained some of these things, but I won't explain it to you guys. But he explained some of these things, made a lot of sense. Well, the main thing is they were very, very young when they got together, when they had me. They were like, my mom was only like 16, 17 years old. She actually turned 17 the following day. Because I'm July 2nd and she's July 3rd. So she was 16 the day she did 17 the next day. Who else is a July birthday? Anybody else for July? July what? 13. Another Cancerian. Anyone else? July? We're the only Cancerians in here? Okay. So if there is a breakup in your family, there may be situations that you might not understand, and maybe you'll learn about those things later on. I was fortunate to meet my dad. We got to know each other. He was very smart. He left me with a lot of wisdom, but unfortunately, he actually ended up dying from an aneurysm, which is a brain.